Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So we are officially on page 2 of this comic. And the last video we talked about how I'm gonna have to make a few changes with this particular page layout, specifically moving these characters down, so that way I can make sure they do not get cut off in the printing process. So that means we're gonna have to adjust this layout slightly, and that's okay. So I've got my drawing glove on. Got the big eraser, which we're gonna need. Got my small eraser just in case, and got my pencil. So, hi Sylvie. Sylvie is actually officially being picked up today at 5 o'clock. I'll put her collar back on. I don't think she's a big fan of it. But all right, so I'm trying to think how I want to do this layout now that it's going to be changing. So I think I know what I want to do. We're going to move each character individually, so that way I can make sure this is going to work the way I would like it to work. So we're going to move the character in the foreground first. This guy. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll move him. That's what the big erasers are for. Just do all this. The physical version of Control-Alt-Delete. Is it Control-Alt-Delete? Where is my... What the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Looking for my little duster here. So what we're gonna do is, to make sure this character is here, so we're gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna go like this, or I think what I might want to do, so I do want to have the, maybe like this, and then here, and then slumped over. Something along those lines like this. I'm looking over the table, maybe. these. Ooh, excuse me. Hiccups. Okay, let me see something here. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. I have to put the important information within this safe area. Crap. How am I going to do this? $6.25. Where is my ruler? Hey. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. So okay. I'm looking at something real quick, guys. I'm sorry. 9 by 14. So yeah, 9, and then from here to here is 14, give or take. Measurements are off slightly. This should be 1 inch and 3/4. Okay, whatever. All right, so this does need to be brought down within the safe area. I'm trying to think how I can do this though. Let me look up. Oh shit! That was my tablet. This is not going to be what I want. Sylvie? Hold on, guys. Sorry. What are you doing? Alright, that was not Sylvia. That was probably my neighbor. Okay, I'm gonna have to see if I can find a reference real quick or make one. Because I'm looking for a particular pose to see how I can make this work. Okay, I found what I'm looking for. As close as I possibly can. It's not the angle I want, but I can work with that. So, this is the safe area. What I'm gonna have to do is this is the king or some type of ruler. And then this is him leaning over something. Or maybe, instead of leaning over something, maybe he's looking at like a map. Or you can do it this way. That way his hand's here. Maybe it's a scroll. And that way for shortening, you wouldn't see anything on this side. Okay. Something like that, maybe. Couldn't bring this over. Let me bring this over some more. He's cocked. He's moved to the side awkwardly. So if he's here, so we're gonna make this like something like this. And then maybe he's got his hand here. His fingers would be here. And this would be like the forearm here, or the shoulder, and then maybe this is the forearm. And the arm here, or the hand here. This would be the fingers. And then maybe be a crown. And we'll just do, I'll make a note. King. I have to move these figures down. So you guys get to see me make changes even after I've already thumbnailed out this page because of the bleed areas and stuff on this page. I want to make sure we have the important information within this safe area, and that means I'm going to have to bring these figures down. So maybe one figure here, another figure here. What I'm going to do, maybe I don't know the setting of this. Maybe like a table. Maybe it's like a study or something. So maybe there's shelves back here of like books and scrolls. So just indicator of books here, and then maybe another set of, and I would have to do like 1 point perspective because that's most likely what this would be. Yeah, like 1 point perspective, like off the page. And then, so let's do this. Did I have these people holding knives? I don't know. But, I'm just gonna rough this in real quick. We can always go back and I'll have his hands behind here so that way you don't see it, the knife. Maybe he's looking at him, and then he's looking at the king. Something like that. I guess. So this is what we're kind of working with. This is the, you guys are literally kind of seeing me create the page from, well, not from scratch, but I had to alter this panel in order for these characters to be in the safe zone, for this character to be within the safe zone as well, but also doing something. So yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and actually start working on this. There we go. So I think I need to we're gonna do some 1-point perspective back here. So I'm trying to figure out where the horizon line is going to be. And I think it's going to be like here. And I will accommodate for that. So we're going to go ahead and get the tape out here. I'm going to have to stick this on my pants a little bit to get some of the stickiness off of this tape. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna stick this in the back of it like this. Actually, that's a lie. I need to stick it on this one. Like that. And then I can adjust accordingly. God dang it. I'm gonna have to flip this over. I got to put another piece of tape on here. I don't think this is gonna work. So I don't think it's gonna stick like I need it to. I think tonight I'm also gonna put another short story on my blog, on my web page. Let you see something real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Where I just did this, Jesus. second. Alright, sorry guys. Alright, we're back on it. Back on it. Alright, you can see someone clearly racing their car. Checking out something real quick. These poses to see if there's anything I can use without having to alter it too much. Nope, no there is not. Alright. So I'm working on the pose right now on my thing. Alright, here. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Not really gonna see that part, but whatever. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Something like that. There we go. literally over here trying to create the pose on my figure here. Oh my gosh, my thing. So this is the pose that I've created. So we can go ahead and get this. This is what I'm needing. Sort of, kind of. So, which means actually I want the with this, I think I can see the horizon line. So I want the horizon line to be actually it's going to be higher up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pause this real quick. I'm going to go ahead and put 2 more figures in to kind of have an idea of what it would look like, and then we'll go from there. Be right back. Alright guys, so we're back. This is the scene that I'm pretty much going to be going for. So the horizon line is going to be slightly above this guy's head. So what I can do, so you guys understand what I'm trying to say here, I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm going to save the images real quick. This is what I'm trying to do here. We're going to go to Procreate. We're going to go into Lynk, just so that way I have that. We're going to do import. That's not what I want to do. I'll just do screen size. So what we're looking at with this particular page, so you guys know what I'm doing here, is kind of just doing a rough, doesn't have to be exact, but close enough. This is what I'm looking at for the ratio, right? Give or take. I feel like, honestly, freeform, this could be a little bit shorter. There we go. So this is what I'm dealing with, right? We're going to go ahead and add, we're going to insert a photo, add the photo here. And what we're going to do is we're going to expand this, fix the rotation here. There we go. We're going to expand this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put this layer on top, so that way I know where the box is, and then we can mess around with, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lock down this transparency. This is a way to, if you're doing something traditionally and you have some type of computer program that you can use, or if you wanted, if I didn't have this, what I could do is I could cut out stick figures. I might maybe do that. Create like figures, cut them out individually, and then that way I can make like a border, or what is this called? Excuse me, examples of like sample boxes, and play around with the figure on that. So if you don't have like a digital tool that you could do that with, create some stick figures and do it that way. Or some like figures that you can cut out and use. So maybe I'll do it like that, because I want to include this guy's hand. I feel like this is going to create a weird tangent with the head, so maybe like that. And then his hands might just have to be, his fingers might just be cut off. Because this is just the safe area. So what I want to do, so let me do this. Because this part here is this would be the rest of the border area of the comic, right? So I'll do it this way. This would be the rest of the area. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to do canvas, crop and resize. Going to help myself just a little bit by understanding that these kind of go like that, right? That'll be the safe area. Done. But this bottom area here is going to be cut off because I'm going to have other boxes below that. So what we can do to help me remember that I'm not going to be, this part is going to be non-existent to the viewer eye, is going to draw another line here. I'm going to go up like that. And then what we're going to do, is I'm going to do this, I'm just going to cut, whoa. And I'm just going to color that so that way I don't have that available. And that way I can click this back in, and this is what I'm working with. So something like, something like that is what I'm working with. But he's got the dagger. Did I cut the dagger off? Son of a bitch. All right, hold on. We're going to take that out. We're going to add, insert a photo. I don't think this has the, no it doesn't. It doesn't have the dagger in it. So let's go back to here. Because he's got a dagger in his hand. I want to kind of incorporate that. So maybe bringing let's play with the rotation. Like that maybe. Then I can zoom in here. So I got this guy with the dagger. You would still see this guy. So let's do a screenshot. I'm going to save to images. We're going to go to Procreate. Delete that. I'll keep this one. I'm going to insert photo. Now we have an idea of what we're looking at here. Because I want this guy, I want you to see that dagger. And I don't want the heads too high because I want the heads within the safe zone. So I don't want to get the heads chopped off specifically with this particular setup. So we'll probably move the heads down just a little bit so they're not touching the line there. And then his hands are just going to be slightly hit or miss. And this helps though too because we also know where the horizon line is. And then what we can do as well is do this. I'm gonna lock that. I'm gonna add a new layer in, and if I wanted to, I could do like if I wanted to have like stuff in the background, I can kind of rough that in this image here. And then maybe there's like a chamber door here somewhere. Do like this, I don't know. Maybe there's like a column here, another column. Maybe this is like a study, and then there's like columns throughout, like this. Maybe there's another column here. I would space this out accordingly. I'm just trying to get an idea of what I could do in the background here. And then maybe there's shelves of books within these areas. There's another one here. Maybe this is like the King's Library or study or something. Maybe there's some books here. Right? Maybe there's some stuff going this way too. So maybe here. And then maybe there's another set of bookshelves here. Like this. And I would go here. And maybe I'll erase all this stuff in between here. I just want to see something. And how this would look if I did something like this. So this is how I can genuinely plan a page quickly before I translate it to digital or traditional. And then, so maybe I'll have columns. These will be columns. The fuck? And this will be like the door. So maybe there's like this rug here. So I'll do it this way, like that. Like that, maybe. And then, like he's got, let me erase all this stuff because you wouldn't see this. And then he's got like a like that, boom. So that's probably what I'm aiming for here. So I pretty much was able to quickly rough out what I want this scene to look like. I can put the details in later. So now that I know what I'm working with, we can go ahead and draw it out. So let's do, it's within the safe space. The horizon line is like right here, give or take, like right here. So we're gonna lightly draw this in. Oh no, what is that? Oh, that's my eraser residue. Okay. So this is the horizon line, and I'll just make a note here just in case this paper falls off. HL, horizon line, right? So, which means we're gonna have to erase him because his head is slightly above the horizon line, but not too much though. So we're going to erase all of this real quick. Okay. All right. Hold on, guys. Sorry guys, give me a second. All right, there we go. All right. Where is, boom. Where is unlock? I need to multiply. There we go. No. What is going on with these freaking YouTube commercials, man? Like, sweet baby Jesus. Hey, honey. Hi, baby. It's actually... Hi, honey. Hi, baby. You want some attention? Hi, baby. What you want? So, and then something like that. What we're gonna do, this head's too small. I have to adjust it. Like that. All right, so Alright, I know we're over an hour. So I'm probably gonna call it for right now, and then we'll be back for another one.